sure the cover fits perfectly, because the sides of the plate should have the cover, otherwise the liquid will evaporate. And don't scratch the cover. So then I use this one, and we can remove this extra. And what I like to do, make sure you don't scratch the top, because the fluorescence is measured from above, I think. I'm not sure. Sometimes it can be measured from below or above. So you press around so that it's really glued really well. Try not to scratch the top. Now what we have to do is spin. So we need our balance. So now we go to the centrifuge. That's easy. So now it has to recognize the rotor. So you started, that is gonna stop because that speed is too high. Give it a little more time, because sometimes 5 minutes is not enough. Sometimes it's the balance, touch or open until it calibrates itself. So this is the program for the enzyme, the plate setup, and our genes. So open the program. And it has to recognize the instrument. The instrument has to show up here. Right now it's trying to do it because this is initiating, and then the instrument will show up. This CFX 384 should show up there. Okay, so you click user define, and I already have my program. Select existing, and it should be over here. Gomez. That one. Open. So it has my thermal profile, which is this one. It should be 30 seconds at 98, yes. Then 98, 5 seconds. We will use annealing of an extension of 57 for 3 seconds. And we're going to do 40 cycles. So repeat 39 times. And then it adds what it's called the melt curve to see if there's a problem with dimers, and my volume should be 10. So looks good. The next thing, plate setup. We switch, so we were protocol, now we switch to plate, and we have to enter our setup. So edit, selected. This way we can add things to it. Okay, so let's start. Gene 1 is going to be all the way across right there. So the target name, I don't know, it's not there. We're going to call it EF. 1A. That's our target. Enter. And it shows up. Next one is gonna be AOS. Go to target. AOS 1. Enter. Next one is gonna be OPR3. MIC2. EF intron. Oh, okay. EF intron. And then we do the same with these wells. So let's start with this one. So we have 6. That's gonna be EF intron. Actually, I didn't have to enter because it's already there the first time you type. So you just select. I forgot. Now I want to, let's see if I remember how to.
Sample name, maybe?
No, I want to remove the.
Clear wells?
Oh no, not that one. There's a place omit wells, but I don't know where it shows. Okay, good. So it's not gonna take data from those wells. It's gonna be a little faster. Okay, so now we add your cDNAs. So over here is the same. So sample name is gonna be 20. Here, as you saw, we had to spin these 3 times to make sure that there are no bubbles, because that's going to give you a bad reading. So now the program has detected the machine, which is showing up here. You can open the lead 2 ways. Just press this button, or you can do it through the software. So open, and it's kind of slow. You should not try to open by hand because you'll have to reboot the system. Okay, so here you see this corner. This right corner should be on the right side. That's how you place it. And now close the same thing. Don't try to close it yourself. Close through the software or press that button. So we have everything set up. Let's check. We have our protocol. Volume 10, that's important. We have our profile and then the melt curve to check for prime megamers. Plate, we have everything. Now start. It has detected the instrument. Start. So it's gonna ask for a name, and we go to your folder. And we have that plate name, but I don't know what I call it. Let's see, AS. So this is, I'll give the same name, but that's plate. This is gonna be the run now. Save. It's going to save in your folder. So first it has to do is check, and you don't leave until you make sure that it started the run, because sometimes it gets stuck and you don't want to find out later that there was no run. So you wait, and it has to heat up the lead it has to heat the samples to, it's quite high temperature, so it's going to take a while to reach 98. So this particular enzyme requires this temperature to activate the enzyme, and the run starts here actually. This first step is just to activate your enzyme. So this enzyme also, it combines the annealing and extension in the same step. So this 57 is the temperature for the primers, annealing, and the enzyme will start also extension at 57. The enzyme works better at 60, but our primers don't have that temperature, so this is why we're using a little lower. But try not to go too low, because then the efficiency of the enzyme is not going to be so good. So, okay, initializing, I think is okay. You can go here, real-time status, and here it will start showing the amplification once things start. And here it tells you how much time it's going to take, 1 hour and 39 minutes. So now it's running, so it started. So it started with this step activating, and then it's going to switch to the first cycle. And you can keep it here or here, because then you'll start seeing the amplification. And that's it. This is the quantification, the amplification plot. Log scale is better, so this shows for all your genes. If you want to look at specific genes, you click on this left upper corner and you start selecting your genes of interest. For example, here we have EF. Ideally we wanted these more close to each other than they are right now. The next thing we can look at is the melt curve, which is going to tell us if you have problems with dimers, and we have all of them here. And again, if you want to look at specific, you can. Again, looking at EF, and you should have a single peak. That means you have no problems with dimers or genomic DNA contamination. Here again, the EF primers are not ideal. If we look at this other set of primers, they are more close to each other, and this is how they should look. But in general, all of them, you see a single peak for each one of the PCR reactions. So to save your files, I like to save the pictures too. You go to, it's already saved, but to export as an Excel file, export, custom export, and it's going to open another window, and I change to Excel, and you can choose the things you want here. I like to add the melt temperature, and then you click export, and it's going to ask you for you can use the same name. Let me put it back in your folder, and we'll use the same name you have, save, and it's going to open the new Excel. Here I like to, okay, close. I like to save this picture. So you can right click and you can copy, and then go to Excel and paste. And your picture is there. You can go back, do the melt curve, and right click, copy, and paste. That way you have it. And save, and that's it. And then we do the calculations with the numbers that we got. The numbers that we need for the calculation are these CQ numbers, which is telling you the cycle at which there was an exponential, the exponential phase of the PCR, and then we can do our calculations. Okay, so that's the end.